What is up, guys? We are back here and we are talking about Decred. Okay, Decred. If you don't know what it is, to me today it might just be observed as a coin that is up a lot. You might go, well, what is Decred? First you're talking about Zcash, now you're running into Dash, stabbing your feet into the ground, running as fast as you possibly can, and now talk about Decred. But it's not that simple, guys, and that's why we got to take it back here. Okay, so got a couple little things I want to believe or not to believe. It's up to you. We don't really care what you believe. We know most of you are plebeians in nature, similar to myself. That you won't get very far. So you use that for motivation, maybe if you're one of those prove me wrong people. But for the meanings of this video, Decred. Okay, it's an original code fork of Bitcoin. So I'm gonna try to explain to you guys, all you plebes out there, what that means. So a hard fork is the split of the chain. Code fork is they basically took the code fork of Bitcoin. Can you guys see me okay? Live here. They took the code fork and then they basically made modifications and then they launched their own coin. Some people view this as problematic. Some people think that this could be a way to cause a centralized authority on a specific coin, but I don't really think that's what's going on with Decred, guys. And if you look more into Decred on what's been going on with it recently, you'll notice that they have now are now collaborating with Zcash to implement Zcash. I believe it's the shielded transactions on their decentralized DEX. And you got to remember, guys, Decred was one of the first coins that created a DEX with basically no middleman fees, no you got to do this first before you use the DEX, none of that stuff. Like an actual true DEX is what Decred created. And this might be part of the price movement that we've seen recently in Decred price today. Let's give you a price update. And it's up 32% today. It's up 65% for the week. It's up 149% for the year. And on the 5-year chart, it's starting to move. Okay, the last all-time high was $224, which is roughly, 9x from where it's at currently? What is that? No, not 9x. It's almost $30. 6x, 7x? Something like that. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know what this really means. I just know that we're seeing coins on the move that have not moved in a while. It's pretty crazy to see here today. But as far as Decred and other coins are concerned, I would say that it's starting to turn out like the coins that have made advancements in the bear market are now somehow with this elevated price on Bitcoin, suddenly now became some type of separate moving thing than the rest of the market. And I know some coins, like I said, I know people that watch for BSV, Bitcoin SV, and Bitcoin Cash are a little bit appalled on what we're seeing here by seeing like Zcash, Dash, and Decred kind of all just go up. They've been in the crypto community for a while because a lot of these are forks. Like Decred's a fork. I mean, Dash is a fork. Technically, it's a fork of Litecoin, and Litecoin's a fork of Bitcoin as well. So there's I found this funny article I wanted to read off, or not an article, but this person said on Reddit, deaths by 1,000 forks. Why Decred is necessary. Bitcoin fork. Hey, free money. Neat. Bitcoin fork 2. Hey, this kind of looks like a scam. Bitcoin fork 3. Which one is the real Bitcoin? The year 2020. Which of the 29 Bitcoins should I buy? It's starting to look like the forking could act as a failure mechanism for Bitcoin. Hostile actors could easily fork their own chain and dump money into boosting the price and manufacturing consent. Maybe they already are. Eventually, they could make it totally uncertain what the real Bitcoin is. With Bitcoin being useful as a store of value solely because of the quantity, is supposed to be fixed at 21 million. This kills the Bitcoin. Enter Decred, and Decred is nearly impossible to fork because of its hybrid POS, proof of work. So it's got like this hybrid mechanism, right? It's not just proof of work. which you guys can read more about that. A lot of people say it kind of creates a central authority in the DAO, but miners create the blocks, and then the stakeholders give their seal of approval to the block. This way, miners don't have absolute power. This can astroturf consent because you already know exactly what the real opinion of the user is. When Decred upgrades, users vote to approve or deny the upgrade. 70% approval is required. This is hard-coded into the consensus code, unlike other blockchains that claim to have voting but still depend on centralized actors to enforce it. And there's a whole article here, and I'll link this video. There's this Reddit in here as well because it sums it all up for you, and lets you know that there probably will be a. I like to think, guys, that this Bitcoin thing, if you go back in the history of it, you'll start to notice a lot of these old school Bitcoin people, they went to go make their own coin, and the money still is all there, essentially, in a sense, if you were following the communities and you were able to kind of understand that this was happening. It seems like, and I wasn't there, so I know I can only take it with a grain of salt. But so what if the subset of users can't get their upgrade voted through but want to split off and fork their own coin of Decred anyways? This is nearly impossible due to the unique hybrid PO proof of work POS system. You see, when you stake, you buy tickets, which among other things are used to approve and deny mined blocks. A block reward requires at least 3 to 5 tickets associated with it to approve it for the miner to get a block reward. Therefore, if there's a hostile fork on the Decred chain, the bad blocks would not get approved by the stakers and therefore not receive their block rewards. This means that someone forking Decred would have to be willing to go months without profits. What miners would go along with that? This also would make it obvious that it was not the legitimate chain. For more info, docs on Decred, and then it also cites the fact that Bitcoin and almost other currency is vulnerable to being forked to death once it gets big enough. Decred isn't. And again, this is not to sell you on any kind of fear mongering that Bitcoin is going away or anything. It's just to let you know that there's multiple forks of Bitcoin that seem to be rallying right now as we speak. So drop it in the comments, guys. Let me know if you're holding Decred. Let me know, again, not telling anybody to buy this coin, not rushing out to buy it, but we have been following this coin. If you remember, it's on the coin charts that we do follow. We just don't talk about it regularly, but maybe we should. All right, drop it in the comments and let me know.